explicit language or extreme views. Discretion is advised.
Fuck is that?
Well, everybody, you didn't fucking think that we were gonna have a fucking show tonight? Well, kiss my ass, we're doing a show tonight. Pain Train Pipe Bomb live, unscheduled show on a Saturday night. Obviously, you don't see the whole normal regular crew. Obviously, Karasu's here.
Yep.
I did put in the credit, though, that we had a special guest.
Should I move in?
Meanwhile, we actually do have two special guests on the show. My nephew Ryan is filling in for the MIA Jim and Melissa for the evening. So, just fucking hang out, chill. We actually have another unscheduled bit for the evening, which is fucking amazing.
Amazing fucking.
We
two different things.
A lot of people don't know that we actually do interviews on the show. And tonight, we have another awesome special guest. And here she is. Right here. We're going to let her introduce herself on the show. Go ahead.
What you poppin'? Talking about your pop artist. Shit. What you poppin'? God damn it. What you poppin'? Bubbles? Bubblegum?
So
shit.
So for everybody out, we can see that one.
Don't get me started.
Everybody out there that is watching the show, share it. She's not only a really, really great person, but she is also
kind of cute
a
too.
very great up-and-coming artist coming out on the scene. I actually got the chance to view her on the Activate LA show about 2 weeks ago. And right after the show, she contacted us, and we are helping her out tremendously because some radio station decided that they wanted to sandbag her this morning. So we, as the Pipe Bomb, always give the ability to pick up the pieces and help out fellow aspiring artists like ourselves. So she's on the show.
Yeah. You fly? Yeah.
Well, I definitely know during your live video earlier this afternoon where you were kind of like mopey and mad and pissed off. Well, I would be kind of pissed off myself. But
to go to the bathroom.
When you were doing the live video, I'm like, you know what? I'm jumping in. I'm going to, step in and frickin' just get this whole show going and have you on and get you your promo for the day and have a lot of people get to know you. So here you are.
Okay, is her video moving? Because it's like frozen on YouTube.
It's moving on the computer. And it's moving on my phone, so we're good.
You selfish bastard.
I am a selfish bastard. Sorry, that's why we have to play with the best toys what we have.
I just wanted to see it.
All right.
I'm gonna just totally
Yeah, you're gonna just totally ignore that shit.
Yeah.
It's okay. So obviously everybody can see in the background.
It's black.
This is
like me.
This is the
well, part of me.
New album that you just released the other day. Give everybody a kind of like a little bit of a sample of what you have loaded into this lovely album that you released.
I like the hand thing. It looks so cool. It's like a puppet.
Well, I will say that I did listen to a few tracks the other day, and then I revisited them today, and I must tell you that what am I poking at?
No, it was a spinny circle.
Oh,
It's good now.
okay. So no, I did listen to a few of the tracks today again, and I actually do have a new particular favorite on it, and that's the "I Don't Give a Damn" song, which at first I didn't understand what the title was, but at the same rate, I was like, okay, now I listen to it and it's cool. I'm good with it. So, give me the inspiration that you have about that whole setup.
I mean, relationships, yeah. I
All
mean,
right, hold on. We have one technical problem. For some reason,
relationships.
the volume is not high on Skype. Let's give this a second here.
As far as relationships, you know, it's not interesting you mentioned relationships. Um, I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk to you and type at the same time.
All right, it might work better now. Okay.
Okay, yeah. As far as relationships, okay, can I call you Nanda or Zaria?
ZAIRAH.
Zaira, okay, Zaira. As far as relationships, I mean, we all have had our ups and downs, stuff like that. Like me, as I got older, you know, relationships, I just learned a lot of things on the do's and don'ts. You know, like when I was younger, there was so many things, so many mistakes that I've made, you know, trying to win somebody over and not realizing basically I'm not basically happy myself. You
Right.
know, trying to basically, it was one of those basically, you know, oh, I was, how can I put it? Then I didn't want to be alone. I wanted to always have somebody. But then I got older. I'm like, wait a minute. In order for me to be alone, I have to basically, no. In order for me to basically make myself better, I have to be alone at some points. You know, I got to be the magnet, not the metal. You know what I'm saying? The metal has to
Yep.
come to me. You know, but then again, that's just me saying that as who I am, whatever like that. You know, but yeah.
No, I
But
completely agree. Like,
the
I
que-
think as you get older, you kind of learn that stuff.
mm-hmm. But the question I want to ask you is, well, first of all, what is your nationality? I was looking at you and I was like, you know what? She's probably like Latina.
I get that a lot. I am Latina.
Me-
Latina.
Mexican.
Yep.
I figured that. I figured you were. I figured
Yep.
you were. I'm I'm
Yeah,
I'm I'm Latino
I'm mixed
also.
with a lot of Latin stuff.
Me, I'm just Puerto Rican and black. You know, everybody think I'm Arabic, but I'm not Arabic or Indian.
In other words, you just fucked up.
Well, damn.
Listen, when
You
I
saw
told
that?
you, when I told you that this whole thing was definitely like one of those, there's the gloves are off when we do this show, so we fuck with each other. Not only do we fuck with the guests, so just know that right off the bat.
Wendy just said I'm that butter. No,
Yes, I know.
yo, it just sounded that funny.
At least she's not flirting with you tonight, so we're really good on that.
No, she was flirting with you
All
last
right,
week.
so-
last 2 weeks.
We have.
Shauna said she can't hear the guest.
Yeah, well, I just fixed that, so she should be able to hear her. If not, she needs to turn up her hearing
Can
aid.
you hear now?
All right, so my nephew had a few questions about like the production for the album, so I'm just gonna let him slide in and put you on the spot a little bit.
And go.
For sure.
Yeah, so I come from a small producing background. I'm not amazing, but I can still get through the basics of everything and, you know, come out with a beat at the end of it. But, like, there were certain things when it came to stuff like vocals that I was just curious about. Like, when I was listening to, I don't remember exactly what songs they were because during most of the time I had my phone locked and I was just playing through your Spotify. Like, a lot of the vocals sounded like you had a bunch of different effects and all that other kind of stuff on it. Like, what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So we started out with the beat. That was my producer, Infinite Black, and he's amazing. Pretty much with this project, like what I wanted to do is I wanted to get super creative with it. So we took in the beat, and I wrote to that. And then when we got in the studio, I think I've kind of found what sounds best for my voice. So for like a really long time, I couldn't find it. But with this project, I feel like I finally like found that. And pretty much what I do is I go in and I record a bunch of different vocals of the same thing, and then I stack them and I kind of play with the volumes like depending what I think sounds good. But usually like for this project, for example, the intro song, that one was very, I think that's the one we played with the most. It was very artsy. And so that one was just pretty much doing ad libs and doing a bunch of different vocals and then stacking them or placing them around to kind of play with each other. But at the pretty much like what we ended up doing is just like literally playing with the song and just being like, okay, let's try this or let's try that. Does this sound good? And I kind of had in my head ideas, like I had a really good engineer on this project, but I kind of had ideas in my head as far as like the effects that I wanted, and just like I would hear in my head like how I would want it to sound, but I didn't necessarily know the name of the effect, so I would just kind of voice it, and then he'd be like, oh, I know what you're talking about, let's try it. And so that's how that kind of played out. Did that kind of answer your question? Or?
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of production is like that. It's kind of just screwing around with whatever you find out works and then building off that. So yeah. I think it did.
Well, I have a question for you, Zara.
Sure.
What made you get into the whole music bit? Because everybody's gonna ask that question. Like even with like me years ago when I was in like two bands, stuff like that. Like one was rock, one was metal. But what was like what actually spearheaded you into that direction?
So I actually started out in Alaska. It's been a crazy journey, but I actually started out rapping. So I started rapping there. And the reason that I actually started with my best friend. We were a rap duo over in Alaska. And we loved rap, but we were very into like the golden era kind of rap, and there wasn't a lot of that going on. A lot of it is like, like SoundCloud rappers and stuff now, and we were just like more into the old school stuff. So we actually started out rapping like as conscious rappers, and we loved doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how we started out.
How tall are you?
How what?
How tall are you?
I am 5'4".
Oh, she's kind of short.
She is fun size.
Sometimes 5'5", sometimes 5'3".
By the way, I'm also letting you know that if you do have any profanities that you want to shout out on the show,
exactly,
you can. Like I said, there is no holding back.
Exactly,
so,
no filter.
And we do have a safe word that we have just installed on the show. So you choose not to answer a question. You could just say pipe bomb, and we will just totally go on to the next thing. So that
way shit, I like that. Okay.
So that way you know what's going on. I want to do shout outs for the people that are watching right now. Ray Funk is actually watching the show right now. I contacted him earlier to make sure that.
Oh, what's up, Ray?
He was watching the show tonight. We have friends from the Derek Rutherford show, Wendy Pack. D. Hay, you're out there, which is cool.
Yeah.
Sean Waldman, part of the Pipe Bomb Army, is out there. I'm just looking through the thing.
What up, D. Hay?
We got quite a few people watching it so far. So, all right. So basically, I had a question here. I kind of lost it. I'm gonna look for it again.
Basically, hun, you could say fuck, shit, ass. Fuck, shit,
yes, the seven basic curse words you can
Yay!
On the show.
And listen, you're Latino, so you better use the F word. You can even say it in Spanish, coño, because I would say it too.
Puñeta. There we go.
That's right. That's right. Let it out.
All right. So we actually had a interviewer give me some questions for you. I know it really doesn't sound that professional, but like I said to you before, everything was gonna be fucking
Fuck it, no
massively
filter.
unscheduled.
The gloves come off, and so do the pants.
"Kiss Me in the Dark" is very sultry.
Mhm.
Was it hard to play that song for your parents, knowing it's a double entender?
Oh my god. I honestly, I feel so bad for my parents. I feel like they're used to my shit by now.
Know the product type shit. Wow.
Yeah, I think when I was rapping, I did way stronger songs, so I think they're pretty used to it by now.
Yeah, I feel like I had mentioned when we were talking earlier, I really did like those first two songs, and they came across really powerful and strong.
They came across?
Yes, they came across.
All right. Wait. Before we go any further right now, listen. I want to hear you just say one curse word. Not in Spanish, even I heard the Spanish part because it did sound sexy coming from you. I want to hear you say like one curse word. Just one. That's all I want. One, just one.
He's giving you a special request. Watch out.
All right, good. There we go. Now we're on the same page now. So now you can feel safe. You can basically, kick your shoes off, socks, whatever.
Oh, I already have my shoes off. You don't even have to tell me. I'm like, I got out those heels so fast as soon as I got home.
I took my bra off too at the same time.
Hey.
Okay, so now you just brought like a very interesting question into this whole thing. Like obviously you dress up and everything else. So if you're wearing a set of heels, how much taller does that actually make you?
That's a good question. I'd say like about 2.5, 3.
Probably 5, 6. 2.5
to 3.5 inches.
Okay, so then it's still a very favorable height.
She's still fun. She's still fun size. Fuck
I'm
that.
still short.
You could pick her ass up and be like, yeah.
One of the other questions was, do you think the song is more about keeping a relationship? The song "Kiss Me."
Which one?
"Kiss Me."
No. "Kiss Me in the Dark" is like, it's the complete opposite. It's like, I'm going in there, I think you're hot, we're gonna smash, and that's it. And because I know the trouble that you are.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of good to know.
So basically, it's one of those. Okay, I think you're hot. I'm gonna just.
But I know better.
Jump on you.
All right. Now, obviously, the new album that you just put out on Spotify, it's got 5 tracks on Spotify. Is there a bigger project coming out?
Let me see if you're on Google Play also, just in case, because
What the hell? Yeah. Now they're saying the mic volume is down.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I don't know. Like they're saying they're going in and out.
It's never a fucking issue with this show.
Yeah, we always have our
Can she be heard is the main question, because
Oh, and guess what? You are also on Google Play.
Yes, I am. Yeah, guys, I'm on everything. I have a Google panel now, so I feel all special.
Oh, you straight, so.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of deviate these questions a little bit more than what we have here. What so far is the biggest venue you've played?
Biggest venue I've played? Ooh, that's a good question. Actually, my biggest venue is gonna be next month. I get to play at the Mesa Music Festival, so I'm really excited. It's my first big festival. Besides that, I played at the Whiskey A Go Go. That was a pretty big venue, so that was a fun one. I had a lot of fun there. Have you guys heard of that place? Or?
Well, we're from New York, honey. Like we there's certain places, we're kind of limited. If it's not New York, we know nothing about it unless it's on the news or we gotta basically learn about the place. But everybody basically knows about New York. Yeah, we're like, like on the map, like literally on the fucking map, like just there,
Well, you've got to realize most Americans see it as New York, Florida, LA, and what the fuck is that?
Exactly. Yeah, they don't see any other state. They just see New York, New York. The tourist comes there. They get lost in 42nd Street. They look at the lights like a fucking moth. They're like, woo. You gotta knock their asses down. Move the fuck out my way. I'm trying to get by.
That's crazy. I still haven't been there. Like, I've been all over California, and I haven't been to New York yet.
So do you actually have a New York date scheduled, or is that a future thing coming?
I don't, but it's definitely in the future. I have like a lot of fans there. I'm not sure how or why, but you guys really seem to like my music, so it's really, really cool.
Well,
and
listen.
I already have like people that are like, "Hey, you could just crash at my place when you come perform here." I'm like, oh, "Okay."
No, you're better off to get yourself a nice room with a full size bed or a queen size bed, so that way you can roll around a little bit. Because knowing anything, you know what's going to end up happening is that when you come in, you know we're going to have to meet up and hang out and
Ryan
get
has
like
an
more of like an impersonal interview for when we do a show. You know, we'll have to figure that one out.
Hey, Ryan has an admirer.
Yes, I know. Wendy
She
Pack,
says,
Wendy
Ricky,
Pack
I
loves
love
everybody.
that kid. I would like meet him. Okay.
Wendy Pack loves everybody.
She
so
loves
it's kinda
exactly.
good, you know.
She is like polyamorous.
It's polyamorous. Polyamorous.
Jeez.
That cracked so nicely too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Listen,
so
that's what I'm here for.
Now here's your next on the spot question.
Okay.
What would be the arena that you would want to play the most in the United States? I told you I was going to put you on the spot. I got a lot of good questions.
Yeah.
Man, that's a
smile with that-
tough
with that,
one.
too.
Shit.
That's what she said.
Well, I really want to play at the Staples Center, but I think one in Miami would be really cool too. I feel like they really go with my type of music.
So now I'll ask you this. Obviously, we have it stated as the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. If you were to play MSG, would you get us backstage passes?
Hell yeah! Oh man, hook me up, man.
Well,
Actually, hook us up.
Yeah.
Well, I could put it. I have been trying to get into working at MSG because it's a lot easier than doing manual labor for a living. So I wouldn't be shocked if I actually was able to get that to happen. But we'd have to make sure that she's friggin' headlining, and then we have to get some chump undercard for the show. You know, I mean, those are the things you gotta realize these things. You know,
Pretty much.
I mean, we could always shove him out there.
All right, so obviously we talked
should
about
chump
like
He's
him.
right the first time.
inspiration.
Shove him up there.
Shut
You were
up.
absolutely
You
right the
fucked up.
first time.
Anyway, fucking asshole. If you had another vocalist to do a duet with, who would that be?
You know, I recently was introduced to this new band.
Cold.
Their name is Leisure, and I had never heard of them before, but their vocals are, I would say, like the male version of my vocals. So I think like we would really blend really good. So that's someone I really look forward to working with.
Now,
I'd say that's probably my.
I'm gonna ask kind of a follow-up question to that. In terms of like styling and what you've heard from them prior, if there's one producer that you could work with, no questions asked, who would it be?
Ahmed.
Oh man, I like a lot of producers. These are good questions. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know.
I figured that one would be tough.
I'd say I really like abstract producers. So, oh man, I'd say like the ones I really dream of working with are probably the most abstract. So like XXYYXX, I really like him. No Such Thing, I'd probably really want to work with him. This producer named Toki Monsta, she's a girl, and she actually had like I think she had like a brain tumor where she wasn't able to like hear music and actually like compose it anymore for a while.
Wow.
And it was just recently that she started putting music back out because like her brain can't really put together the notes. Like it's kind of weird. I saw like a little documentary on it, and so she can't really pick up music very well, but yet she loves producing, so she kept doing it, and that to me was like super inspirational. So I think it'd be super dope to work with her. And I just think like when there's female producers, like I just think that's sick, man. I really would love to work with her.
Yeah, that's definitely something special, because especially in an industry like this, you don't see people like yourself, like a lot of female rappers. You don't see a lot of that, and then especially to have someone who's producing, you really don't see much of that either. So it is really cool to see that, and especially with stuff like that going on and then getting over it, that
Yeah.
makes it exponentially better.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of producers I'd like to work with. There's a lot of really talented producers out there, and honestly, I don't think they get enough credit for what they do. Because really now, I feel like producers make the song, you know. So I will say, like, my in-house producer, I think he's fucking amazing. Like, I could work with him the rest of my life, and I'd have no complaints. So I just really think producers are super dope.
I lost my chat on my phone, so I had a hard time to type and fucking chat at the same time. All right, so we actually do have some questions in the chat room right now. My friend Stephen Waldman, who's part of the Pipe Bomb Army, would like to know if you would ever love to open for Celine Dion.
Hell yeah. That would be crazy. Are you kidding me?
That was like a hesitant hell yeah. She said, hell yeah. that was very I'm hesitant, but we'll just take that.
And for everybody, we do have the phone number on the screen, 917-865-6745. If you want to call in and talk to her, we do have the phone line open. It's real crazy though, because there are comments in the room that are saying that female rappers need more respect.
Well, I mean, it's true, but see, unfortunately, you got a lot of female rappers that basically put their bodies out instead of their lyrics. Like, case in point, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and I hate the way how they both sound. But like, yeah, people like I mentioned to you in the car earlier, like MC Lyte, Queen Latifah. Okay, Foxy Brown was a good rapper. She didn't really put much of her body out. I mean, she was hot, but she really didn't have really good albums, which is kind of fucked up. But like the female rappers of today, I'm talking about like the ones that they got out now, not the underground, the ones they got out now. Like Iggy Azalea, she, went up there and then she made like a crash landing after that with a fake ass.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of why I moved kind of away from the genre and I started going more towards pop.
Pop is good. Pop is good. I like pop.
Yeah, it's I feel like pop is where it's at nowadays because it's so blended with so many different genres that honestly you could really do whatever you want to do and make it with that, but with rap, like it's very hard because you're right, like there are a lot of women who aren't really talented. Like I respect their hustle, but I think that a lot of times you get credit just because you're a woman, and I don't think that makes you better. When I did it, I know that I wanted to be like the best, period, not just the best as a woman, so I think that a lot of women kind of lose sight of that and they just want media attention and they kind of forget why they started. So,
and then also too with the the female rappers, they lose their femininity too. Like you got some that basically try to act masculine, and it's like, nah, like no man wants a woman that's gonna act masculine. They're gonna look at them like, what the fuck, like like if I look at you right now, like you and I together, and you start basically talking to me like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm be like, yo, listen, I will punch you in the face. You know what I'm saying? Yo, but. No, I'm just saying, like, like, the way how you come off, though, like, you come off very feminine, which I think is very, very appealing. I mean, I'm speaking for us three men. Well, 2 men and a half. But,
He's the up-and-comer.
Yeah, he's the up-and-coming.
That's how that works.
Yes, he's the up-and-coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, wait. Let me ask this question. When was the last time you were in a relationship?
Oh, we're not gonna draw down that personal little fucking
Ooh.
road here. We
Actually-
have a guest. Let's be nice.
Actually, young man, when was the last time you were in a relationship?
Currently.
A real one.
Currently.
He
A
is in
real.
one
No,
right
no, no,
now,
no. A
actually.
real. There's a difference between high school puppy love and a relationship. Two difference.
Well, you know what? Now that we're kind of leaning on that that lovely large word that we're bringing out here. Now, we're gonna get a little bit to that personal side a little bit.
Dun dun dun.
So what's the relationship status on your end?
You know she's probably taken.
I like to keep my relationships on the low. Actually, I shouldn't have put an S on that, but you know what I mean.
Well, there are business relationships, and then there are the personal relationships. So,
This energy drink is
so you
really
can
good
kind
right
of,
now.
differentiate
Yeah,
them.
my business relationships are awesome.
We're not talking
All right,
about
so
business.
everybody
sweetheart.
know now that she's a taken woman, and she's not allowed to be tremendously flirted with at large, tremendous amounts. That's how you're gonna have to put it out there.
No, I have my freedom, and I'm a very free person, so I do what I want. But yeah, I'll pipe bomb that one.
Okay. So let's break it down to a lot more simpler things, because when you see interviews in magazines and stuff like that, you really don't know a lot of those really simple questions in life. So we'll do the simple questions like favorite color.
Cool. My favorite color, I would say, is pink.
Pink. Okay.
Cool, cool.
It's feminine. It's
Yes,
good.
it is very feminine,
It's on a
you know.
level there. It's by itself.
What's your favorite food?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say next. But
Shut up!
Oh, Asian food, man. I
Oh.
love Asian food.
You like the Asian food?
I'm
Oh.
I'm honestly between Asian food and Puerto Rican food. You guys kill it too.
Well, actually, okay. Well, apparently, I am Puerto Rican, yes, but there's certain things, for Puerto Rican food I don't eat. Like I don't eat pork because I'm a Muslim.
What?
But, I'm a Muslim. Is that something wrong with that?
That's crazy.
No,
My
no.
stepfamily's Puerto Rican, so that's why I'm very familiar.
No, I mean, no, you do got Puerto Rican Muslims, though. Especially you come to New York, you see a few of them. You go to Philadelphia, you see a few of them, too. Believe it or not.
Oh, you're Muslim?
Yeah. No. I'm Muslim denomination, not, I'm Muslim by race. No, I'm a denomination, because everybody get that mixed up. Yeah, so. I mean,
Okay.
can't you tell?
all right, we have another question from one of the viewers. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I hate that question. I hate
Right?
That question. I hate that fucking question. That's one of the worst questions.
See, the problem with that question is a lot of people don't answer it honestly.
Of course, that you can't answer that question honestly. Like, come on, let's be honest. Like, what do you say? I'm going to see myself right now in the bathroom taking a shit in 5 years from now. Yeah.
No, it's not even like that. When you get people with aspirations, they give you this ridiculous answer of where they hope they'll be instead of where they think they'll be.
I would have said dead. Got a problem with that? Dead. That's what, nah, but not
You
really.
know
I
what?
wouldn't-
Now
Well,
she
I
has
hope
to
I'm
answer.
not dead, guys.
No.
But I'd say honestly, I just want to be touring, man. I'm a huge fat ass. Like I love eating food. So my goal is to be traveling, like touring, playing my music and getting to eat all the food that I want.
You know what? I
That
have
is
another
the
question
dream
to you.
goal.
I have another question for you too. Since you said touring, you just sparked the interesting question. If you was to go outside the country, where would you go as far as touring? Where would you want to go?
Dude, I want to play in the UK. I want to play in the UK so bad.
She better hire me as tour security for that.
Well, actually, hire us.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll take you guys everywhere. Madison Square Garden, security everywhere. Dude,
Remember,
we'll
I'm
have a good time.
the martial artist.
Well, just think of it this way, though. We know if she comes to New York, we know all the nooks and crannies of the city. So we know which places she should be able to
Oh
go
my
and be safe.
God,
Rick, first trip?
I bet you guys
Uh-huh.
know all the good food places there.
We know 24-hour Chinese.
First trip?
Yep.
Wohop.
Wohop.
What?
Yes,
Yeah.
24 hours.
24
That's
hour
a
Chinese.
thing?
Yep.
I'm not joking. It is
Oh
probably
my
the
God,
best.
what am I doing with my life?
This is probably like a lot of people. It is actually very famous. It has 2 floors. There's like a restaurant area, and then down in the basement, there's like the kind of like the grunge diner style where like everybody's crammed into a large room.
And then fight scenes happen also like
Yes.
like an Asian movie. You know, mine is Donnie Yang. Yen.
I heard
So-
you guys have the best Korean food too.
Yes,
I love Korean food.
You know what's funny? I've never had Korean food.
I have.
No. I'm sorry, I'm a liar. I had not dim sum. Kimchi. I had kimchi noodles.
Oh,
That was the closest I've ever had as far as Korean food. But Japanese food. Was my
damn!
thing
You
before.
you have not tried anything good yet.
Actually, wait a minute. Okay, if you want to talk about Asian food, what's your favorite Asian food?
I'd say it's between Japanese and Korean.
Sushi.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sushi
I love
is no
sushi.
problem.
So
And we
I'm
have tons
obsessed
of
with
sushi.
Yeah,
sushi.
yeah. We got a lot of
You'd
Japanese.
be right off the
a lot.
You'd be right off the wall when it comes to that.
Yep.
You know what's really good?
Man,
The sushi place in the city that I used to go to. On Sundays, when I was working on Sundays, every Sunday, right around the corners.
All I know
Ah.
is that I can say that you will be like Veruca from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory after you get done with eating with us.
Pretty much.
yes,
See, in
that
New
is
York,
the goal.
New York has basically a plethora or cornucopia of different foods that's here. You know, you got Greek food, you got Peruvian food. Matter of fact, I found out yesterday there's a Peruvian restaurant in my neighborhood, but I'm not really into Peruvian food that much. But you got Italian food, you got Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Thai. You got fucking probably Cambodian. You got Greek. New York has basically a plethora of different foods, man. I'm telling you.
I've never even had Cambodian food. That's insane.
Me neither.
Well, there's a few of those places laying around.
That and Vietnamese.
Not really in like the city, but you have to go outside of the city to
Yeah.
like Williamsburg and Bushwick to go for those places.
Not
Because
even.
Man.
No, not well. Actually, no. That's in my area basically. That's like way off, like way into my area.
Just go down like.
I mean, we will be glad to give you like a grand tour for the entire time that.
But it has to be a Friday and
Yeah.
Saturday night. It got to be a Friday and Saturday night because that's when I'm off. So, you know, I can't do it during the week because you know I work at nighttime. So.
But there would be nothing like taking her to fucking Wohop at like 3 a.m.
Oh,
Oh hell yeah.
that's the best time to go too.
That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting.
Oh yeah.
We have a phone call. We had a phone call coming in.
Oh.
We lost them. It was a Cali phone number.
But
Probably Ray, I think, maybe.
What else? What else was I gonna ask you?
I didn't hear it going off. Maybe I should see if they put the volume back on there. So whoever was calling, try calling in again.
Try again.
Dun, 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 dun.
So just to let everybody know that might be tuning in late, we have the lovely ZAIRAH on the show tonight. She's one of the 2 special guests that are.
That's calling.
Huh?
I hear vibrations.
That was a notification on my
Oh okay.
thing here. Adam Wiley. Let's see what Adam Wiley has to say. Oh, it's a football thing. Fuck him. Football is Tuesdays and Fridays. All right. So, what's like your go-to tune when you need like a pick-me-up? You need like that big adrenaline rush. What would be your pick-me-up?
Metal.
Like it's as far as my own songs or like somebody else's songs.
Somebody else's songs.
Hmm.
I'm gonna start to crack down the musical genius inside of that lovely brain. of yours.
Let's get into your
Um,
mind.
I would say I love Selena songs, so I'll play one of those. Or
We actually have a call coming
like
in.
Hotel California too a lot.
I love Selena.
Yes.
You're on the pipe bomb.
What up, brother? This is D-Hay.
It's D.
What's up,
Hey,
TA?
what's up, D.
Man, I told you I'm about to get in there on that pipe bomb shit.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you say hello to the lovely ZAIRAH.
Hey,
ZAIRAH. That's what I was wondering. Like, I've been listening to the show, but I didn't catch her name. Like, I tuned in late. But I had a few questions for her. I mean, as far as that's I made the comment about being a female rapper. And first off, I want to give a shout out to the fucking Pipe Bomb.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boys, Ricky, Karasu, Melissa, all the Pipe Bomb family. Shout out to the Derek Rutherford show. But I'm interested in listening to. You said her name is ZAIRAH.
Yeah, ZAIRAH.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm interested in listening to the music, and like you guys had said it a while ago, like when chicks get on the mic, or I believe Karasu said it, whenever chicks get on the mic and they start doing the hip hop freestyle, it's more about my ass, my pussy, my
neck, my back, my pussy, and
my pussy and my crack. Yeah, but I mean, it's really, I mean, it's not. That's
I would have.
that's more disrespectful to women than dudes could ever be. Whenever a chick's getting on there saying, "This is what I do," like, I mean, I'm a music head. I mean, I listen to shit from, I'm telling you, from the Beatles, Metallica. I mean, I go hip hop. Like hip hop's hip hop. All this. I don't really like a lot of this garbage music, and I don't mean to put people on blast, but this garbage music that little this, little that, little overdose, little fuck my life, little. I don't get into that shit, but
you gotta understand, too, like we gotta understand the differentiation of rap and hip hop. Hip hop basically is supposed to be for like back then, when like we was of course in the hood. Hip basically is, emotion.
Right.
Hip basically is the message, and hop basically is the motion. What happens basically, like of course, like me, I used to be a little bit part of like the 5%ers, but even though I'm Muslim, but regardless, I still my heart is still with that. A lot of these guys basically used to just like the lessons and stuff like that. They used to basically say it in certain forms. I mean, ZAIRAH should know this because she was a conscious rapper.
Hold up, Karasu. Like I'm hearing like half of what you're saying because you're cutting out.
Oh, can you hear me now?
If the chapter a little bit, but like I get totally what the fuck you're saying because
can you hear me?
I've seen yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hear kind of what you're saying because I seen an interview on I watch the Breakfast Club. I listen to a lot of podcasts and different bullshit. But what's his name? The dude who played the fat fucker in Jonah
Hill.
He was on the Breakfast Club just the other day, and he was talking about he made a new movie is coming out. And he was talking about how like hip hop and skateboarding and this and that, I mean, I'm not a biased person, but it's one of those like different music and different and he talked about the whole East Coast shit was hip hop, West Coast shit was gangster rap.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, like. I live in California. He was like, I live in California. I wasn't in no fucking gang, but we wore them fucking different jackets and them hoodies and shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hip hop and rap, it's two different genres. I mean, and I don't know how to explain the difference. It's kind of like there's country songs that are the same as blues, but you all put it in the same fucking mix, and it's one of those like, it kind of sounds, it's got the same twang,
right?
But it's not the same shit, like
right,
gangster rap and hip hop ain't the same shit, and country and bluegrass ain't the same shit. Like it's not the same thing. You have to have an ear for it. You have to be a music fan to be able to hear that shit. And that's what I'm saying. I'm always looking to listen to fucking new music. I'm always looking for, I need something else in my head. I'm tired of the same shit just being shoved in there. Just here, listen to this, listen to this.
No, you're right. D-Hay, you're right. Because like right now, believe it or not, like on my Google Play, I listen to mostly like the old stuff, like old Five Finger Death Punch, old rap, old this, old that, because this is what I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? I just turned 39
Right.
last Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So like I know a lot of stuff. Like even Pantera. I going back to Pantera. But
Oh yeah.
you know, it's crazy. You know?
Yeah, man. But I mean, everybody. I mean, and I'm not saying everybody, but like, I believe me as a person. I listen to a lot of the shit that, like, my daughter is about to be 16 here in a few months,
Wow.
and I'm like, I listen to some of her music, and I'm like, man, that shit is garbage. You know, and I'm not gonna put nobody's name on blast, but I'm like, that's garbage. That's But I understand, like, music has to grow. You know, it has to grow. But like, a lot of that, you know, that, and I will say this: I'm not a fan of them fucking mumble rappers.
Nah.
Can't
stand that.
Like your fucking shit is the same throughout. Like, I got 6 minutes of
Well, D-Hey, I'm definitely gonna send you a link to Zairah's Spotify. So you
for
can
sure,
get a
yeah,
taste
because
of
I just recently downloaded that. I'm not really computer savvy. I don't have a computer. All I have is my Android. So like, I got Spotify, and like, she hit me up and she asked me if I heard the new Lil Wayne shit, and there was some shit because like, my daughter likes that Triple X Station and Lil Peep and shit like that. Like, I really don't listen to that because I'm not a fan. But like, whenever I heard that shit touched my heart, man. Because like, that was a good track. Whatever track I don't remember what it was, but she's like, yeah, Spotify, man. You can hear the Carter, the new Carter, whatever the fuck it is, fucking Lil Wayne. And I'm not a fan of the person, but I like their music. And there's a lot of fucking people, dude. A lot of people, I'm not a fan of their music or of them as a person, but I'm a fan of the music. I like the beats. I like the rhymes and the beat. And a lot of it, and even like rock bands, like, you know, I don't like the people because they're kind of dicks because they want money, but music, dude, music keeps everybody pumping, dude. Everybody keeps pumping out the music. Everybody listens to it all day. I mean, you might not spend money on tickets to go get it, you know, or go see them live, but you're a fucking fan of whatever, you know. And like I said, I'm not talking shit. Yeah, but Ricky, go ahead and shoot me that link because, like, I'm saying, like, I seen her and you guys were talking. And she was talking about she raps and she does this and that, and then talking about open for Celine Dion. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a different genre. Like, but
Well,
I mean,
just notice, D-Hey, that she's listening in on the other line right now, and that if we show her all that pipe bomb love, I might fly to come down to Dodge when she fucking goes to tour down there because she's gonna hire me as personal security, and we might be able to get like a little fucking post show going on. So you're gonna have to show the lady a lot of love. You know that, right?
I'm doing that right now. I'm blowing her kisses.
she's got all the love in the world for me, and I ain't even talked to her. I ain't even, you know, I'm saying, you know how I am, like, just from being on the fucking TDRS, you know, like, I got mad love for people. Anybody who comes here got my respect and got my past. Like, I ain't no gangster or nothing, but yeah, you guys all got my fucking love and respect, dude. Always. Any of y'all, you or her or anybody else, got all my love, and I'll put all my peoples on fucking point and let them know I got somebody special coming. But yeah, it's more than, yeah.
All right, D-Hey, I got another call coming in. I'm gonna have to let you go, man.
All right, bro.
All right,
I'll take you a little bit.
Thanks, bro.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost it. We lost the phone call.
Damn it.
That's what we get for only having fucking one fucking phone line. But you know, that shit happens.
Exactly. Murphy.
We actually have a new viewer watching from Fairbanks. I'm assuming that's California. Mr.
Oh
David
my God,
Leslie.
that's Alaska.
Oh, even better, David Leslie from Alaska.
Yeah.
First time ever we got an Alaskan phone call, a viewer.
Yeah, it
on
was
the show.
a 310 number. The area.
That's so awesome.
See, well, there you go. We have.
That's my hometown, so that's really cool.
All right, so see, we can see it. You see how much love we get on the show.
Yep.
Do you have what's like your next up and coming project?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have. Well, I do. I'm gonna be doing a music video, so that's the next thing.
Hold that question there.
You on the pipe bomb?
You're on the pipe bomb.
Can't hear me.
Oh, hold on one second.
Hold on.
There you go. Go ahead.
Man, big shout out to y'all, man. Great show. I've enjoyed the interview. Big shout out to ZAIRAH. I'm driving back to LA from San Diego right now. So you guys are, keeping me entertained, and I'm loving the whole interview.
Well, thanks for that.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
So how's your day going over there?
It's pretty cool down here. I mean, I'm from LA, but I came here to drop off some friends, and right now I'm driving back. I'm gonna make a stop in Orange County, then head back to LA.
So when's the next show going on?
I have a question for ZAIRAH. I don't know if I'm breaking up, but
Yeah, man. What's up?
hello?
You're there. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but the question is, ZAIRAH, if you could go back in time and change something from the beginning of your career, what would it be? That's it. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm kind of breaking up.
We got you, bro. We got you.
We got you. So, man, that's a hard question, but I think that I wouldn't take anything back just because I feel like it's got me to where I am today. Like, if I didn't know everything I know now, I wouldn't be here, But if I could change one thing, I guess it'd be.
Yes. Hold on. She's actually answering the question live on the show.
Cool. Well, I'm driving. I'm gonna keep tuning in on YouTube, and I'm here the whole interview right now. But big shout out to everybody, man. That's pretty fun. Keep it up.
All right, man. Thanks, Ray. I'll talk to you later.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks.
All right, I'll be watching you guys on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We haven't figured that whole thing out yet, so.
We're just there.
But I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. But yeah, I guess like the one thing I would change is maybe having a plan B, like as far as when I first moved to California, because I didn't have one and I came from like a really small town to the big city. So I think I would have definitely had more of a plan as far as when I first got here, because now I feel like the way I arrange my schedule and the way I do things is very thought out. Whereas when I first got here, I was just like throwing myself into shit and not knowing what the fuck I was doing. And so I think that's definitely something that I would have changed. But besides that, everything else has kind of led me to where I am today. So I don't have any regrets for like at all.
All right. That's fair enough.
That's good.
What's the ideal city that you would move to if it wasn't staying in Cali?
New York.
You guys, I'm sorry. I couldn't live in New York.
Why not?
We can't either.
I don't blame you.
I don't know. You guys are savages out there in the cold and
Wait,
Like-
hold on, wait. Exactly, yeah.
I know, and I already went through that shit. I don't want to do it again.
But New York is not that cold. I mean, hun, like if you get used to it, like it's not that bad. However,
Really? How
Alaska,
cold do you guys get?
It gets pretty cold.
Yeah.
But I was walking around in pants and a t-shirt today. It's not that bad.
It's only in
Oh,
the
okay.
60s right
It's not
now.
bad. I thought it was worse. I honestly thought you guys were in jackets already.
Listen. First of all, y'all in Alaska have like 30 days of night, whatever like that, if I'm not mistaken. 30 nights.
6
whatever.
months.
Huh?
Yeah,
It's 6
about
months.
that.
Yeah, it's like 6 months. And then also you guys got Aurora Borealis.
Listen, that's the coolest shit to see, though.
That is awesome.
That would be why I would go to Alaska to see that stuff.
Dude, that is the fucking most beautiful thing I've seen in my life. So,
I would love to. That'd be awesome.
Hell yeah.
like, you actually get to watch them dance. They actually, like, it looks like they're dancing. It's crazy. And they supposedly, like, we only get the green ones, but I've seen the ones that are purple too. So you get to see like the green and purple ones. Oh man, they're so beautiful. I missed that.
You smoke weed?
No.
So
Me either. You're awesome.
So have we tortured the poor woman enough, or should we torture her some more?
Oh, I've got one good one.
I want to pull it through the screen.
Oh, wait, the 16-year-old's got a good question for you. Go ahead.
The millennial.
Let's go, man. What is it?
Well, I really do like what D-Hay was saying, because I feel like music is one of those things that no matter where you come from or who you are, you can relate with in some way or another. And I feel like music, I guess I can say this for all three of us, has been a really important part of our lives, considering all of us our lives are based around music half the time.
Pretty much.
And I feel like there are a lot of artists that have really impactful messages behind their music, whether people care to sit and actually listen to what they're saying. Like, a lot of rappers say things that really mean something. I mean, given there are a lot that don't. But if you listen to a lot of music and you listen to just what they're saying and how they say it and the message they're delivering, it can be really impactful. So this is going to sound like a stupid question because of the place that you're in, but what effect has music had on you?
Man, it's had a huge effect. I'd say that many times, like, I feel like music was the one thing that saved my life. And I think that's why I feel like I owe so much back, is just because I've been in places in my life where I felt very sad or depressed, or I'm going through like a lot of shit. And music is like the one thing that can bring me back up from that. And I feel like it does that for a lot of people. And so the fact that I can make something that could maybe make somebody's day or be something that they can relate to and could help them through something that they're going through in their life, I think that's so cool. And I think that's like the major impact that music has. And then on top of that, like, I feel like we're really living through tough times, as a nation and as the world. And I feel like music is like the one thing that can unite a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. And like when I go to a concert, like I went to a concert recently and I noticed there were people like all ages, all races, like everybody was there, jamming out to the same thing. And it blew my mind that you can, throw a concert and all these people that would, might be fighting outside the concert or like hating each other, but then you throw a concert and they're all there together just having the time of their lives. And I just think that's the coolest thing ever. Like, I've been able to meet a lot of really cool people through music. So those are the two things that I think mean a lot to me as far as music goes.
I can really relate to that.
I can relate to that too. I can definitely relate to that.
In our school last year, we did a project called the Perspective Project. And we had a teacher in our school who had won who hadn't won it, but was one of the top 50 for the Global Teacher Prize.
Cool.
And they had posted this giant project, and our teacher had composed an entire piece for it. Nice. And we had schools from Hong Kong and Sweden and all over the country send us in video submissions of them playing this piece. And they piled it all together, and then they posted it on YouTube. You could probably go and find it if you'd like. But yeah, I feel like it really does a lot. It really does bring people together on a massive scale.
It does. It does. Of course. Of course it does. It does.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's kind of like therapy, for a lot of people, I feel like.
Yes, it is.
Definitely.
Like, you can have a really horrible day and then you play your favorite song and all of a sudden you feel better, and I don't think there's a lot of stuff that can do that. Like, I don't know, music can just put you in a mindset, and there's nothing else I can think of that can do it that well. So
I feel like a lot of people don't realize that too. Like, a lot of people who say don't want to take the time to like learn an instrument or something. Like, I play a metric shit ton of instruments, and every morning I play, and it's just the one thing that you can do and not have to think about anything else.
I'll be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest with you. Like years ago when I was doing the band thing, like guitar, because I was self-taught. I taught myself a lot of things. And, I had to go on YouTube for like everything else, stuff like that. So, and Guitar Hero, which actually helped me out too. Um, Believe it or not, like it was very therapeutic because when you play guitar and stuff like that, it's something that you stay on forever. Like even me working at night, I used to come home before I went to sleep. I played guitar. You know what I'm saying? Just kept playing guitar, kept playing and playing and playing. Songs came out of it. Everything, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
And I feel that a lot because we have a studio in my school, and every
Nice.
day it's so beautiful to just be able to go and sit in there, not have anyone around you, and just play and
yep.
get your ideas out and dabble with things.
See,
and it's the
what we
best
really
thing
need to do is now that I've started my big producing gig, that we're gonna have to start signing some people, and I'm hoping and praying that like people will see, like, for example, we always get questions about like how we put together our shows, and then the people we have on our shows. Obviously, this is our second lovely lady that has joined our show, knowing the fact that we're a little rough around the edges and that we try to keep things as real as possible, where we try to show some attitude and profanity to it. Even though she's not really said very much profanity as of late, which I normally would jump on, but we'll leave that as the way it is.
What's Venmo?
I have no idea what Venmo is.
Venmo is like a pay app. So it's kind of like PayPal. It's kind of the same thing. It's like an app where you can send money or get money.
I think I'm just gonna help ZAIRAH out and get her as much money as possible, and I just want my name out. That's all I want. That's the way I look at things. If I can make somebody famous, then I'm gonna do it and just be happy with what I can get. That's all. By the way, I did have this question. I was kind of boiling it up, and then I keep staring at the album cover the entire time. The passion behind the artwork for your label. Now, obviously, I've seen 3 different ones. So, is it the same person that designs all your artwork? Or do you change that up every once in a while for album covers?
Yeah, I actually, I was changing it up a lot. But for this EP, like all the songs, like Sex and Cigarettes and Nectar, they're both designed by the same artist. Her name's Athena, and she is incredible. Like once I found her, I was like, okay, I'm sticking to you, because literally I'll give her an idea and she just knows. Like she just has the same vision I do, and she just knows exactly what I want. So she's been incredible to work with, and I'm not trading her in. So I'm sticking to her from now on.
Okay. Because there are tons of aspiring artists out there. That's why I say that I've seen for quite a few labels that I've actually sat down and looked at and consulted on and be like, yeah, got to change a few things here or there. And we obviously do a lot of our own artwork for the show and stuff like that. And I will send you that page after we get done. I'm pretty much out of questions, man. I'll be honest. There was a sheet, and the sheet just like disintegrated.
I had other questions too, but I forgot.
There's one that I've forgotten about. So, when you were writing Tell Me, I think it was, when you, what made you decide to make the switch from English to Spanish in that song?
I think it was the fact that everybody asked me what I am. Like, nobody knows what I am. And I'm really proud to be Latina, so I wanted people to know that I'm Latina. So I think that's mainly what it was.
I kind of told that already. I already looked at you. I was like, yeah, she's probably Mexican or like that. She's probably Latina. I figured you were. I'm looking at you. I'm like, I mean, me being Latino myself, or Black and Latino myself, I can look at another Latino and say, yeah, she's Latina.
Yes.
Because the person I'm with right now, I'm dealing with, we didn't. Yeah,
it's not even a relationship wise. You're just dealing with.
Exactly, because like
dealing with. That's it. He's
Damn.
dealing. He's dealing. That's what the issue is.
Yes,
You can get arrested for that.
we're dealing with. Shut up. We're
Right?
basically we're basically dealing
He's
with each
gonna
other.
be in trouble when he gets home.
No, I don't. No. We don't live together. But no, I'm just saying, like, we're dealing with each other. She's Puerto Rican. So and it's funny because I attract a lot of Latin
really
women.
Kill you.
Huh? No, she won't. No, the hell she won't. Like I said, I attract a lot of more Latin women than black women. This is kind of funny. Like, I've had better relationship with Latin women than black women, which is so funny. It's very, very funny. But Latin women are a lot better, in my opinion.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. I've never dated women, so. But I don't know. I think it depends on the person too. Like, I've dated different races as far as guys go, and it's always, you never know what you're gonna get. Like, no matter what race, you just never know.
It's true, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Mostly, a lot of the oh shit, my phone reception is about going out. Mostly, like, I would say a lot of the Latin women, and also, well, I dated one Hindu. She was Indian Guyanese. They, they kind of take care of you more than anybody else. They'll be like, "Oh, baby, what you want to eat?" They'll cook for you and stuff like that. They'll take care of you. Not like, just get shit yourself. Saying you come home, you get the bath water ran, you get the cooking done and stuff like that. I won't even get into sex. That's just a totally different thing right now. And I'm gonna talk about that. But as far as like taking care, they take care of their men. Like, Latin women take care of their men. I mean, it's the truth. I've had too many of them do that, and I'm like, yeah.
I will say I am not one of those women. So, I don't know. I mean, the way I see it is like, I think it's important to be like self-sufficient, and at the same time, like, I don't know, hopefully someday I'll be making enough money where somebody can help me cook, because I cannot cook shit. Like, I can't cook anything. I'm so bad at it.
I will definitely be teaching you that when you come to New York as well, because I am a very, very good cook.
Really?
Wait.
The problem is...
Wait, hold on. You're Latina, Mexican, you can't cook?
Hell no. I can't cook.
I'll give her the crash course. I will definitely give her a crash course on that.
You lost 1 point off me. I'm mad at you.
Listen, she's a very, very busy woman. She's trying to get her career off the ground.
Rick.
Yeah, I'm the bread maker in the household. So
shut up. Just
I
no.
would be
No.
I would be willing to say, you know what? If you're gonna get your career off the ground, there are some sacrifices that you do have to make. Cooking is one of them.
See,
she obviously can afford takeout and go to nice restaurants. She's got an album. She's making money. Leave the poor woman alone.
And shit, time ain't cheap.
You see my face, right, Zaira? I'm looking at this guy like, you are just...
See, you
I'm sticking up for her.
You gotta realize, me and Rick are fat asses. That's why we can cook. Because we like food, and when you say to someone, I want food, they tell you to make it your fucking self.
Well, too bad. I mean, I can cook too, but basically, that's what I got certain people for.
Ramen doesn't count.
I don't only cook ramen, sir. You trying to throw a jab, you missed.
Yeah, well. Zaira, thank you for coming on the show. We tremendously appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
And like I said, please do stay in touch.
Yes.
We were going to have you back on.
Oh, fuck.
In about, maybe you know what? We'll give you about a month. All right?
Why a month?
We're going to have you come back on. It's not going to be a Saturday. So make sure that you have that Thursday time booked up for us. And we've got some updates, and hopefully you can give us some more on like new projects and stuff.
Hell yeah. You let me know and I'll be here.
Also, so you can add me, like I said, you can add me on Facebook. I know you're on this Facebook page. I'm on this page also.
Yeah, I'm live right now, live streaming. Oh my god, it got so dark. My screen is like super dark. But yeah, I'll add you guys on there for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you again for coming on, and I will talk to you in a little bit. All right.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for enlightening us today and making our day as well.
Aw, you're welcome. Thank you for making mine.
And when you come back, you gotta tell us about the show you're having.
Yes.
You have one on the 29th. I saw it. You gotta let us
Hell
know.
yeah. And I have the festival on the 10th.
do some promo before you jump off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So the 26th, I'm gonna be in LA. I'm gonna be doing probably a performance out there for a friend, DJ Pochera. She's on 90.7 FM radio, which I was on last night. On the 29th, I'm gonna be in Phoenix, Arizona, at the Crescent Ballroom. And then on the 10th at 8 p.m. of November, on November 10th, I'm going to be at the Mesa Music Festival in Mesa, Arizona. So I'm super psyched for that.
Big.
Hell yeah.
All right, so thank you again, Zairah, for coming on. I appreciate it. I will talk to you in a few minutes after we jump off.
Great,
Zairah,
thanks, man.
folks,
Thanks,
she's
you
awesome.
guys.
She's got the new album, Nectar, out. It's on Spotify. It's on Google Play, you said?
iTunes.
Yep, iTunes,
Yep,
Google
it's on
Play. Yep.
everything.
Every part of social media, Instagram, Twitter, Google Plus, before they kill it off for 2019.
And on, you can go to my website. I have everything on there, xoxozairah.com.
Yeah, we see it on the
There you
Facebook
go.
page also.
All right, so thank you, Zairah.
Thanks
Have
a
good
lot,
night.
dear.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Laters. Oh, excuse me.
See, that was the coup de grace out of all of it, because now, you know, she needed that, really. I'll be honest. We're gonna be going back to, you know, the Matrix. But, yeah, so that's our surprise show, man. Like, it was fucking. Everything was like all pieced together tonight, which
Who's
I
Freddie
think
K?
fucking happened.
Who's Freddie K?
Freddie K is Krueger.
Okay, because I was wondering.
That's Wendy Pac's favorite Halloween costume.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever. She's cute though. Zairah. She's very pretty. But I saw the video for the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, she's hot. Get the blow gun ready.
You should let me do that one day.
Huh?
Let me shoot you in the ass with a blow dart.
Why you going for my ass?
Because that's where everybody gets hit with them. Have you never seen?
I'm gonna need to just like, you know, keep my eyes on you, bro. Like, really. So nobody you wanna shoot me in the ass.
Well, you want me to aim for your fucking forehead?
Well, a lot of people get
Well,
shot. Yeah.
first off, majority of the...
Exactly.
I didn't for the
Shot
neck.
in the ass with them.
You know, believe it or not, getting shot in the ass with a dart gun is the most potent spot. It
I didn't
goes
for
through
the
your
neck.
system. It does go through your system a lot quicker.
I'd go for the neck, the jugular.
Well, it spreads through. It spreads through all of that other stuff before it goes back to the heart and gets cleaned up. So it pretty much shuts your body down a lot quicker. Just saying. But anyway. Yeah, right. I have no idea what happened. It freaking was great early, and then the fucking echo showed up. So I'll fix it for the audio. But yeah. All right, so that's us for the night. Yeah. I have no idea. We have nothing else to do. So, we will. TDRS will be back tomorrow night at 10:30 Eastern Standard, 7:30 Pacific.
And I gotta pee.
Arch Rivals will be back on Tuesday at 10:30 Eastern Standard. That's pretty much like a normal time for everything. So we will catch you all then. But till then, goodbye and good night.
This audio or video may contain explicit language or extreme views. Discretion is advised.